Hello, you guys. Josh Vision. I'm here to give you my Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 4 review. So, in this episode, we have Tyrion making his way to Winterfell. Um, Essentially, he already has drawn out layouts of some type of saddle that will allow Bran to at least be able to ride on horseback again and shoot arrows, which was Bran's favorite thing that he loved to do. We were introduced to that in the first episode. He also feels there's a great amount of tension in Winterfell, so he decides to basically not stay there for the next couple of nights. He decides to go to an alehouse, I believe, and before he leaves the kingdom, he speaks with Theon. Now, Theon is like the closest friend, I believe, of Robb Stark, and it's revealed that Theon is actually the son of what I believe is the former king of the Iron Islands, and that he tried to claim independence from Ned Stark, I believe, at least 10 years or so ago, and failed. So his son became a hostage, and he's been living with the Starks ever since. Even though he's kind of their ward, he's been sort of assimilated into the family as sort of like an adopted son, if you will. Also in this episode, Ned starts trying to figure out why I believe Jon Arryn died, and he comes to find out that he probably most likely knew a secret about Robert, that Robert had a bastard son that he never knew about, who works in the heavy metal shop, I believe, deep into the city, and that the queen knew about this. So she had him killed off so that way he will be no threat towards her children, or her and her brother's children, etc. So we see her essentially confront Stark about this. You can tell she's getting a little paranoid, and she basically gives Stark this threat that, you know, anyone who's not my family is an enemy. And she basically sort of mocks Stark, saying that all you're good for is literally just taking orders. Do you have not a backbone? Can you not lead yourself? And Stark's like, well, I was taught maybe to take orders, but I was also taught to kill. So she has a little smirk about that, and she leaves him. After that, we have this storyline regarding Snow and his friends meeting Samwell Tarly. So basically, Samwell Tarly is a big guy, but basically big for nothing. He's a coward, he's a weakling, and he can't fight for crap. So some of the men in the Night's Watch, at least some of the new recruits, and Snow's friends try to bully him a bit because he's easy practice. But Snow's like, nah, he's one of ours, and we have to at least teach him how to be a fighter and be respectful and good, because he's with us, you know, for life, essentially, as the protectors. So it makes more sense that way. So him and Snow start to form a bond. We find out more details about why he was sent to the Night Watch. His father, basically, knowing that he's a coward and he can't fight for nothing, basically said, either you join the Night Watch or I will kill you. So that sort of forced him to join. Besides that, we see more of Ira's sword fighting, you know, practices with her teacher, who I believe is a master fencer. I believe he was part of this first sword type of group, one of the best sword fighters in the kingdom or something like that, if I believe. We have Daenerys and her brother once again having a conversation about who's really in charge of whom. And also Tyrion, I believe, gets captured at the end of the episode by Catelyn, and assuming that he was the one responsible for Brian falling off the castle, since it was his dagger, even though she's wrong, you know. Let's see what happens. So thank you guys for watching. Adios.